all this on the fields of AT&T salvage.
We should be good, Jay. Just
good. All right, I'm calling Village Board of Trustees meeting of February 26, 2024 to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Brett.
Here.
Trustee Brown.
Here.
Trustee Borgard. Here. Trustee Brooklyn.
Here.
Trustee Polakowski.
Here.
Here.
Trustee Calvater. Here. President Langfeld.
Here. Please stand for a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're at public comment. This is an opportunity for anyone to address the village board on any issue. Please observe the time limit of 3 minutes. While the village board encourages input from residents, it may not discuss or act on any issue that is not duly noticed on the agenda. Do we have anybody? Bill, come on up.
Good evening. Most of you know me. I'm Bill Brochus, and I wanted to let you guys know, you probably already got received an email from me that I am running for Dane County Supervisor for our district. Our district includes Cross Plains, Black Earth, Mazo, Town of Berry, Vermont, a little bit of Blue Mounds, like 12 homes. But this kind of Northwest Dane. You know, there's some things that we could talk about. In the last 4 years, operating expenses for Dane County have gone up 32.9%, or $195 million in the last 4 years. Debt has gone up 65.6%, or $667 million is the debt Dane County will have at the end of this year. Taxes have gone up 32.2% in the last 4 years. This year alone, the county board passed a 14% tax for its residents. The jail, I think, was costing $156 million, is now going to cost another $22.8 million because of the indecisiveness of the county board. There's more. There's a lot more. But really what I wanted to come in here and tell you guys is that if I win this election coming up April 2nd, that I will be here at this meeting once a quarter. You should know who your representative is. Your representative should be here at every municipality at their meetings every so often. I feel once a quarter is enough. So so that's my pledge to you guys, is to the village of Cross Plains, is that I will let you know what's going on at the county level, and I will take back any concerns you have from the village level back to the county. Any questions? Less than 3 minutes.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome. I gotta run to another event, so.
Yep. Right. Anybody else? Anybody else?
nobody online.
Okay.
I'm on
Oh, oh, that's right,
And
Shelby.
then Shelby. Yep.
Sorry about that.
A little slideshow too. Probably did not create it myself. Oh gosh, and it has little movement pieces too. Okay, so my name is Shelby Baker. You can go to the next slide. I have a nice picture of me if you'd like. So I am the new executive director of the Chamber of Commerce. Here's your 20 seconds on me. I've been in Cross Plains for just under 5 years now. I moved here right after college with my then boyfriend, now husband, Peter Maker. I own Incremental Performance, which is a sports psychology consulting company. So I started that right after I finished my grad school tenure. And I just run that out of my home, meet with a lot of athletes in the area and across the US. I got the position as the executive director for the Chamber of Commerce in June. So I'm just over 6 months into it. And here now I'm just going to share with you what has been going on for the last 6 months of my time and some really exciting things we have moving forward this year. In 2023, I can really speak to the time that I was there. We did have our final golf outing with Northwest Day and Senior Services in September. Had a great turnout, had a really nice day for it. Really excited to see kind of what our take is on it moving forward. We did have the Light Up Cross Plains event again with Ice Age Trail Alliance. Had a great turnout of hikers. Again, looking to kind of continue expanding on this event in this day and years moving forward, as it's really great. But okay weather, but looking to expand on this more and more as our kind of winter bring everyone together event. We hosted a few after hours event. That is something that we're looking to continue expanding on this year and bringing more business owners, for business members in the area together. And we grew to 101 business memberships in the Cross Plains area. So really exciting, and we're hoping to continue to expand in 2024. So some highlights to look forward to this year that we'll be doing. We have the annual dinner coming up. The invites for that will go out this week as well, actually. We'll be having up a hilltop over on Peak, and that will be April 4th. Again, having the Trout Days Wine Walk, Memorial Day Chicken Barbecue. We will be running our own golf outing this year. I'm excited to see kind of what that gets put together as. I'm looking to have more of a put together Oktoberfest event to highlight a lot of local businesses. And we'll again have a Light Up Cross Plains event. We will be doing those after hours in a quarterly fashion this year. Seeking to have a little more collaboration from businesses versus highlighting just one. Trying to put together some businesses that can collaborate and work together and highlight each other. Also having lunch and learns in a similar fashion, we're going to do that quarterly, and that is more of a kind of how can we serve each other? How can someone that knows a lot about banking and finance come and share with other people who might not know as much about this and help each other out? And then monthly chamber coffee chats will be my form of an open office hours style thing every month. You'll find me at various places, sitting down, hanging out for a few hours, come and get a coffee on me and chat and hear about what the chamber has been up to, what we're looking forward to, how I can help you. This is my time to just serve the community. A few kind of up and coming things that have been going on. We signed an agreement with the town of Middleton to join in on Trout Day sponsorship. The very short version of this is that they needed to donate some money someplace, and we had the prime opportunity for them. So they're really, really excited for this event, bringing a lot more people to it, being part of it. This is a great, great partnership to have. I'm really looking forward to having them kind of throw their 10 cents in on and be part of it. We're looking to have a social media strategist joining the chamber's initiatives this year. Obviously, social media is growing. We all know that. And so it's time to kind of take that leap and bite the bullet and realize that there is someone that's really great at this job and can truly start helping businesses in the area. That not only will she be working with the chamber, but then also extending her services to chamber members and providing insight, assistance, wherever she can. She's a very, very smart lady. Also looking to kind of put together a chamber listing for people. I'm going to start with just including some in the Parks and Rec summer guide. And then our goal is to have a Cross Plains community guide that will be delivered January of 25. So kind of starting to collaborate and put a little thought into that. Wanting more of a comprehensive item that can go out, that we can have at all of the surrounding areas to get people to come to Cross Plains and see all the greatness that we have here. We are doing the nasty and increasing our membership rate, not making everyone very happy about that, but we are closing down through COVID and then significantly dropping down the rate. We, after doing our budget meeting, definitely came to the conclusion that we need to up it a little bit, but it is not at all near the rate of anyone in the area. But we feel like with this increased rate, provide us more funds to attack those things like we said in the last slide, of having increased opportunities for members. Huge thing is getting this social media strategies to help other people out, getting us in that summer guide. So it's a necessary increase that with these increased funds, we're really excited to have the things to just continue growing the chamber in the area and continue growing the Cross Plains business community that is obviously going to continue growing. So this is the question I ask myself every day. So I came to ask all of you, how do we generate positive growth, development, and prosperity within the businesses in the Cross Plains area? These are 3 things that really, as a small business owner myself, knowing many people now and starting to grow those connections, that I feel like needs to continually be on our mind. These are just some quick bullet points of, broad ideas that I have, but I come to you asking, what are the things that you think that we can start tackling, can start looking at to continue helping or to start helping and growing different area businesses? Just seeking any of your thoughts, goals you might have for the businesses now, in the future, any thoughts anyone has, I'm very much open to. Otherwise, you can reach out to me, houseplansstewardcommerce@gmail.com, our new phone number, and I'm open to any thoughts, questions, comments. I am very much here to be a resource. I'm really enjoying getting to know all the business owners, leaders, members in the area. It's been a really fun gig to have, and I really enjoyed this community aspect and being, a pivotal piece in helping our community.
Go ahead, Judy.
I can't open up your newsletters because of our firewall, they're Google Docs, and I know some other ones can't. Is there any other way to get a newsletter?
The newsletter comes on Constant Contact. It's like a messaging platform.
Yeah. Does it go through like Google Docs or something that I can open it, that I can't open it?
It's in like the like where you can send things in the newsletter is a Google form. But otherwise,
maybe that one. Maybe have you sent one out? Maybe I just didn't get. I thought when
I can look on your account because it all goes through Growth Zone, which is our chamber platform, which is, we've had some battles.
Okay.
So I'll look at your account and see if, because I've had a lot of people have like transactional only emails, which I realized like it's only you and I can message about it back and forth. So when I set up mass ones, you might not be getting them.
Oh, okay.
So I have found that with quite a few people. It's really weird. And yeah, it's yeah.
Just a minor suggestion, like one of the things I really think would be engaging is a little more networking partnership on events with some of the nonprofits, like Boy and Girl Scouts, Stingrays, some of the fundraising, stuff like that. And then I don't know if you have any contacts at the city of Milton, but that trolley is empty all the time. It would be awesome to highlight a weekend here or there where that thing goes back and forth.
Oh, that's a great idea. I like that.
We can go there a couple weekends and come here.
Yeah, I like that. Thanks.
All righty, well, thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Shelby.
All right, we'll go to consent agenda. Upon request of any trustee, any item may be removed from the consent agenda for separate consideration under general business. I'm going to be moving number 7. Are there any others that need to be moved or would like separation? All righty, then do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda minus number 7?
I'll make the motion to accept the consent agenda minus number 7.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Oh, discussion.
Instead of using the word accept, can we say approve? Because there are things on here that actually have to be approved and not accepted.
Okay. All right.
I will make the motion to approve the consent agenda except for number 7.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. So moved. All right, we'll go with report of village officers, village president. The only thing I wanted to say is on that deal with town of Middleton, actually, Brian has built a good relationship with the chair of town of Middleton, and during our discussion on another topic, they are in somewhat of a pickle where they have a hotel. So they're bringing in room tax, but they don't have an event that would fall under tourism. And you have to spend 70 or 80% of the money taken in on tourism. So they have the revenue and not the events. We have the events and not the revenue. So we kind of did it in it. I think it's $5,000, right?
Yeah, I believe that's some.
Yeah, exactly. So I just
Good
wanted to make
partnership.
sure Brian was actually the key that built that relationship and kind of got that going. All right, that's all I have. Vice President.
Ted, and I never say his last name correctly, Prescott. Bobby, how do you say Ted's last name? Bridget. He is celebrating 29 years at our village this month. So congratulations to Ted. That's it.
All right, other trustees report? Sarah?
I attended the candlelight hike at Sanders Park that was put on by Parks and Rec in the school district, and that was a really nice event. They do it each year, so I appreciated that. And then I also, with Parks and Rec, appreciated the quick action they took yesterday to provide care today for families. So, and I just thought that was a quick service that I'm sure a lot of people really appreciated. And then the other part of it was, we had a library board meeting last week, and I've just been really impressed with our new director, Elizabeth, and the things that she's doing for the library, along with the rest of the staff too. I mean, the adult programming that they were talking about, they're talking about doing some salsa dance classes, and there's a guy coming in to talk about his travels to Ireland. So there's just a lot of really interesting things going on at the library. So I encourage everyone to check out that. And then just again, it reminds me of the more we check out books in Cross Plains, more that helps our library. So just a push for that too. The circulation really matters for funding. So that was it. And I believe Elizabeth, one of the meetings coming up, she'll be coming and presenting to us about what's been going on in the library the last year.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Cody?
Sarah kind of stole my thunder. I was going to give the Parks and Rec a lot of credit for throwing that together last minute. I actually happened to have my kids over at the park, and there had to be 100 kids over there. And then at Bear Park, they're all over too. It was kind of, and actually Parks and Rec got the pickleball courts going already when they had good weather. Had the church. I thought I saw you when I was leaving Bear Park. But they've been busting their tail getting stuff, and then having a day off of school. It was nice to have all the parks open and ready to accept people.
All righty, we will go to village administrator.
So the big update this month, our selection committee has received and moved forward in the first stages of our request for qualifications for the Village Hall Police Station project. In totality, we received 12 applications. This past week, we worked through those applications, created a scoring matrix, and we are now down to 8 supremely qualified candidates that are serving as finalists for our project. Over the next couple of days, beginning tomorrow through Thursday, we are going to begin the finalist interviews. The list of our 8 finalists, and if you bear with me, I'll make the announcement here on each, and forgive me, many are acronym abbreviations. ADCI, Dimension Designs, Ingberg Anderson, FEH, FGM, OPN, Wold, and Zimmerman are all of the different architecture and or engineering firms that will be the finalists for this project. So we're excited to move on forward with this. We're getting our list of questions together, and we've arranged times for each to come to the village to present their proposals. So more to come.
All right, thank you. Village department heads. Bobby?
I think I get a memo in there.
Yeah, you did.
So I believe it was Jay and I were kind of talking back and forth about the water utility, and so we just thought we'd update you kind of where that is. It seems like not that long ago, it was quite a while ago, 2021, we did the rate case for the water utility. And the PSC approved the 2-step rate increase. The first step we implemented right away. And the second step we can't put into place until the well projects are done and then Brewery Road is complete. So obviously that was supposed to be done at the end of last year, I would think. Obviously there's, well holdups, so we can't implement those new rates yet. However, because we've been borrowing the money now for a couple of years, we have to start making the payments that the rate increase was supposed to fund. So what we can do in the meantime is all the new homes that are being built, they all have to pay a public water impact fee that was kind of set up around the same time. And it was part of the rate case that part of the, that those impact fees can be used to pay the debt payments. So we will be doing that in the short term until those rates can be implemented, which hopefully will be by the end of this year, this fall maybe.
Yeah. So, but my one, the one concern since, and again, I think the numbers are right. 28% of the cost was going to be from impact fee, 72% was going to be covered by rate increases. So impact fees paying 100%. And then once we get back to where we can close it, then the rates will go up and then so at the very end, are we going to have this lump sum to pay to finish off the loan and not have, because we're behind in bringing in the funds for the rate increase? So is that something we are going to have to plan for at the end of this loan, that we're going to have this balloon rate? Because I would imagine the impact fee, once the 28% is covered, we won't be using it for that anymore, right? Because that goes away, right? My understanding, it goes away.
You mean like we don't have to collect it anymore?
Yeah, it's not a forever impact fee, my understanding. It's only, I thought it was a 20-year impact fee.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Well, that would be the one thing I just think we should try to get clarification is there going to be that lump sum at the end, or can we extend the loan or do something? Because right now we're paying 100% with impact fee, and eventually the impact fee will hit the 28%. And you see what I'm saying? I don't know if you can go over that 28%. I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, and I'll have to look too. Was that the only thing that the impact fees were going to cover?
Yeah. But I do remember that discussion, and I thought it was 28% we thought could be covered with impact, 72% from user. And I thought that's what we gave the PSC. But I just want to make sure if we have that, once we get the water rates and stuff, we can look to make sure we don't get hit at the very, but we have to go back to the PSC. But thank you. I guess there's one other thing I want that Bobby's involved. I saw Andy Hartman the other day at the grocery store. For those who don't know, he was a trustee. It's my understanding that he's invited Bobby and the clerk from Middleton to have time spent in Middleton High School registering kids that are of age of voting. So I think that's outstanding. I think that's a great proactive way of getting kids involved in this civic responsibility side. So I told him kudos to him, and I appreciate you, and I think, is it Kathy? Lori of Middleton to do that. I think that's a cool idea. I'll be interested to see how many kids come and get registered. But I think that's a great idea. So thank you. All right. We'll go to general business. Number 1, discussion and possible action, village special events permit. Is Brian or Bobby gonna take this?
Nope, I can speak to this one.
Okay.
So just to summarize, this has been an ongoing process for a little over a year.
When are we gonna do consent agenda item 7?
That goes at the end.
At the end? Okay, sorry, keep going, right.
No, So this has been ongoing for a little over the year. Last year, we ended up suspending the fee collection related to special event permits, pending the outcome of some research village staff had done. Upon discussing it more with the village team and department heads, and collecting the feedback from the board as far as some of the things they would like to see added to the permit, what we did is update and modify the existing special event permit to include the information that the board would like to see added, kind of more of that tiered approach. But instead of implementing the tiered approach, we just put it into one standard form. And we are recommending that there is no fee collection at this time. The overall fee collection for the village is very nominal. It's I think it averaged around $200 for the last couple of years when we look back at this. So at least for the time being, perhaps up until the point where we have a little bit more development within our park and the pavilion and whatnot, we were recommending proceeding with a no collection or no special event permit fee collection, but utilize the proposed permit that has been modified and included in your packet this night for your review.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I will make the motion to approve the new special event permit without the $50 fee.
And I will second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Doug?
I'm in favor of it completely. I would just be on the lookout for either someone doing something for a lot of profit or a big company that has some money to spend that funds. I know 90% of our events are nonprofits and volunteers and stuff like that. That just keep our eyes open as we grow a little bit, or to use it best for someone's documents and something that our restaurant doing with events at park and they can bank. We should probably do one parts of this, but I think it's a perfect step forward.
Anybody else? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Did you want to say something, Michael?
Yes,
Oh.
No, I was just voting.
Okay, all right.
Did he say it?
Just,
I thought
In favor, correct, Michael?
Yeah, it seems like when I say it's like delayed a little bit.
It is.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's why I keep it the same. I'll try to give a bigger space and just interrupt if we don't catch you raising your hand or you have something to say, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, number 2, discussion and possible action rescheduling of March and May village board meetings. Cody.
I cannot make the March 11th date. If that works for everyone, that's fine by me. I don't know if there's any big pressing items that are going to be on this one.
I would think the only one that I can think of right off the bat is we hopefully will have what architectural firm we are going to send, so there might be a contract approval, but you're on.
I mean, I'm on that.
Yeah, so there's going to be no secrets for you.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of that's on the mark
As of right now. Yeah.
That's coming up. Does March 11th work for everybody else? All right.
And I had a note in my calendar to revisit May because that was Memorial Day. And when this one's got talked about at the last meeting, I knew I had one semi-recent to this that needed to also be reviewed. So I just added that to this.
No, that's fine. Okay, so the May one, generally we would go to the second Monday.
I'm sorry, I can't do the 11th. But
Oh, is that are we back on March or
yeah,
on May?
I'm sorry, my wife PTO meeting. So.
That'd be Monday. I don't think we don't really have some playing on all kinds of meetings.
One thing that I just thought of was this does what we're gonna vote on next Monday have to be posted soon enough? Or a week? 2 weeks, what we do for,
The architect?
yeah,
No, that's only 24 hours.
okay, I didn't know if it
There's,
needed.
there's third ones that have to
Okay.
go out. That is now one. Okay, so the 11th doesn't work for 2 members. How many, it was the 25th, right? The original?
I'll be on.
I will be on the 25th.
We're going.
All right, so then the in-between one would be the 18th, which would be the third Monday. What does the 18th look for people? Okay. What about anybody else?
Parks and Rec is that
Yeah.
night, isn't it?
We could.
But I mean, that one's.
I think we pushed Parks and Rec.
Hey, yeah, knock it off.
Yeah. Well, no,
Start
that
fighting.
one was also because there's a whole committee meeting.
Yeah, can I
Propose something crazy.
Yeah.
What if we do?
Oh, no, we gotta have one. I'm sorry. I want to, and I'm, the only
Thinking outside the box.
No, that was good. And here's my reason. I'd like to get the architectural firm on base right away, so we can plan the annual meeting and get, community input. Sooner we delay it, it just gets farther back, so I kind of want to move that one forward.
Does it have to be a Monday?
I was gonna say, that's
No.
my next crazy idea. There are 4 other days in the week.
You can, it's just that we're gonna run, believe it or not, there's a lot of meetings going on, so, but that second week, there probably isn't. The first week is when you have plan and, finance and whatever, so, we could do something, but the question is, the people who are not gonna be here on the 11th, can you make the 12th?
Yes.
I can't think.
I can't make the 12th.
Oh, they're bad. Wednesdays are really good.
Okay, Wednesday.
Wednesdays are also very good for me as well.
Okay, how about, that would be the 13th, the
Yeah.
lucky 13th.
That's a sustainability meeting.
Yes.
Okay, but
They could use a break.
well,
Do you have that every month, or are there months?
No, we ironically just skipped February and moved to just hold March. I won't speak for Michael. He might feel like we can push it a different date or something as well. So if he wants to,
What time is that at?
that's at 6 o'clock.
Oh, 6.
Yeah, I don't know. We would have to contact people and find out when they could make that meeting if we wanted to move it.
No, St. Patty's the 17th.
yeah.
Which is a Sunday. We're not meeting on Sunday.
No, I'm just.
No, the only reason, my son's birthday is the 18th, so the day after Patty's Day.
There you go.
I was here on my 40th reviewing paper documents.
Yeah,
Come on.
all right, so
Well,
We gotta
that's-
just-
What about 2 don't make it on 11th, right? We said 2 can,
We
otherwise
still got a
everyone else can, we still have a quorum.
all right, okay, we're back to the 11th then. All right,
That'll be probably the shortest meeting of the year too, because.
yeah, well, it'll be short because 2 people are missing, so I'm not gonna put it really. I'm gonna put only what really needs to be done, or things that we just need. It's not all that relevant, Yeah, I'm not gonna, there won't be something, and neither of you guys can come in on Zoom on. Cause that's always the option too, like Michael's doing tonight.
No, because I'll have to take going to swimming lessons.
All right, so let's do the May one. Now we're back to May.
Wait, okay, so this is the 11th.
Yes, we're staying March 11th. How about May? So May, the meeting's scheduled for the 24th.
27th. Well, it says 28th, but the 27th is.
Or the 27th, I'm sorry.
No,
It's Memorial Day.
Yeah, it is.
That's the 27th.
So I guess we're the 13th. I
Yeah.
think we were starting on that. And Doug, you said you couldn't make the 13th?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
It was just that
13th.
Cody can.
I wouldn't be able to make the 13th.
Okay. How about Cam?
All right, I'm still getting that on my calendar. Which day are we looking at?
May 13th.
I can do that.
All right. Michael, How's the 13th work for you?
Yeah, right now that's totally fine. It's
Okay,
And if I can switch my schedule around, I'll try.
okay, all right.
If it's only me missing, don't cancel it on my record.
All right, so do I have a motion to move the March meeting to the 11th and the May meeting to the 13th?
I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, so I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. So moved. All right. Number 3, discussion and possible action, reconsideration of village longevity pay program. All right, I'm just gonna explain this a little bit. Reconsideration is an action that any board member can do. There are some restrictions to it. One is it has to be done by the next meeting. I've been a trustee for 6 years and village president for 5, and this is only the second time I've done it. You generally do this when you feel that important new information came, or there was misunderstanding, but you feel that it needs to go back. So there's 2 actions here. The first action will be if you feel that we should reconsider it. So we'll take a motion on that. If it's favorable, where there's a yes vote, then we jump right back to January's meeting and the documents from that. So I put it on because there's 2 main reasons that when we changed the date of that document, if you remember, the document was using 2024. We changed it to 2025. We, as a board, do not have the authority to tell a future board how to spend money. So we were saying that the longevity pay would start in 2025. We don't have that authority. Our authority is for an annual budget, which is from January 1st to 12/31st. So we can't tell a future board. I didn't get too worked up. That's not a big deal because pretty much the board is going to be back, but everybody should know that that's not a guarantee that that's going to happen in 2025 because we don't have the authority to do that. The second, which we do have authority, is by doing that, we are saying that we are not going to do the longevity pay in 2024, and there's at least 19 employees that a big part of their raise was from the longevity. And I don't believe staff or this board wanted to take away people's raises. Now, I'm gonna just walk through this to make sure that everybody's comfortable that my interpretation is correct on this. So back in June, when I sent out the memo, it was everybody gets a 3% raise minimum. Anything over that, they needed to do a supplemental budget request form. In the October meeting, we ended up getting a whole bunch of these, and I'm just not going to name the name, but this is employee A. And it goes through a number of information on the employee at the top. And then it has the 2023 salary. In this case, it's $46,592. Minimum, next line is minimum 3% increase for 2024. Jumps it up 3%. So that would be 47,990. And then the next line says step 3, which is another, in this case, 7%. That brings it up to 51,454. And then the next line, higher of 3% for step 3. In this case, it's the 51,454. And justification, it says employee meets the qualifications for placement in grade 4. Employees with more than 15 years of employment with the village of Cross Plains are proposed to be placed in step 3. This would result in a salary of $51,454 in 2024. Okay, so to me, that's clearly we're using longevity. to give this person that raise. Now, we go to the November meeting where the majority of the board voted down the budget. The number one reason for that was the concern from this person who's been here, and I'll just say it's over 18 years, only got up to step 3. To make this employee whole, we would have to do another 9% for the rest of the steps, because this employee meets that. That gave us a structural deficit, if you added all those employees, if you remember, to $125,000. We were concerned that we would not be able to meet that in 2025. So the budget was voted down. We put together a small committee, 2 trustees, 2 staff members, and we worked out a deal. In December meeting, we ended up getting a memo from our finance director, and the middle paragraph deals with the longevity. Staff confirmed that current employees would only be advancing 1 step along the longevity scale in 2025, in addition to any COLA. Employees cannot move more than 1 longevity step in any given year without village board approval. So that took care of the structural deficit that this would have caused us. Now this employee, instead of getting 9% in 2025, it'll be spread over 6 years because they can only move up 1 step per year of the longevity. So I think these 2 documents clearly demonstrate that it was proposed and approved to start the longevity pay in 2024. Now, when you go to also in December, we ended up getting this document. And again, it has step 1, less than 5 years, step 2, 5 to 15, step 3, 15 plus. And again, it has the employees and their salaries. It's carried over to 2024 wages, comes all the way down here. They calculated in the added costs of WRS, Social Security, Medicare for a grand total of increase of $101,231. We approved that. That was approved. So to me, we have approved longevity in 2024, and there are funds in there. And I believe most of us feel that we should move forward. If you feel that that is correct, and we should do this, then you should be voting to reconsider what we did last month. If you don't want those longevity raises to be in 2024, then you can vote no, and we'll leave it as it stands. Okay. Okay, so Judy and then Pam.
Okay, so I was confused when I did vote for the longevity, and that's why I called for you. So on here where it says 1 year additional 3% on base. So I was thinking it meant that was their 3% raise, but what it really means, if I understand correctly, it means we're going to give them a 3% raise plus a 3% for longevity. So the people are going to walk away with a 6% raise at the end, but it's all said and done.
We approved raises much larger than 6%.
Right, but even with this is an additional. So
no, that's what I think the confusion is. For 2024, it's all been decided. Right. It's all been worked out. The money's there. The question is, when you voted last month to say we're not started in 24, technically all those would disappear.
Right.
And it would be going back to the 3% because that.
Right. No, I get that.
Okay. So in the future.
Right.
In the future, what we've said is for sure they're going to get the next step in longevity. We have not decided anything on COLA. That is done on an annual basis. We haven't decided that. The only thing we've got, and quite frankly, even the step raises, the way it's written in there, it's still approval by the board. But technically, again, I believe once we say something, we should honor it. So right now, in 2025, everybody at most will go up one step, which would be anywhere from 1% to 3%.
And when we vote on this as a board now, and like you say, we can't tell the future board how to do, does this longevity pay program stay for 24, or every year you have to re-vote on the longevity pay program?
No, we should not have to. The only time we should do it is if we say we're suspending the longevity program. This becomes a living document. That document is what I put together from all these different meetings, put together so everybody had an understanding. All right, Cameron.
The only thing we're reconsidering is, because this was the exact document we saw in January.
Correct.
But when we made the motion, when we made the motion, we changed it to 25. And so you would like to reconsider that to just accept the document as is.
Well, no, because I think that's the first step, but I have 3 words to put in there that I think will make everybody comfortable. It seemed like what the catch was the January thing. Doing it on their anniversary date versus January. That's an easy fix, and you don't change the date. Yes, so you're right. And overall, that's exactly what I'm looking at. We can keep it at 25, but then those people are gonna lose their raises. Because we're saying we're not doing.
No, I don't want that.
They won't lose their raises, they're gonna lose the longevity. We still give them the raises.
No, that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it. The one person's they went up 7% on longevity versus 3% on, it's actually 10.4%. But anyways, the way they did it, and I don't want to get into the weeds again, because we could spend all night talking about how the calculation was. I'm just trying to say, we agreed on what raises we were giving these people. How they got there, I guess we can discuss in 2025 and make corrections, but the bottom line, a big chunk of that for 19 employees is longevity. So if you say we're not going to do longevity in 2024, those disappear. Cameron.
What are the other 3 words you want to modify here?
Well, do you want to get into that right now? It would be between the word on in the last sentence, it would say on the January after their. That's how I would put it in, and that way everybody would feel, I think, comfortable.
I'm lost.
That's why I don't want to, that's why, let me ask this. Raise of hand if you think these employees deserve their longevity pay. Okay, so then we need to vote yes on a motion to reconsider. Let's just do it in that step. Do I have a motion to reconsider the longevity pay program?
I will make a motion to reconsider the longevity pay program.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, now we're jumping back to January. You're looking at that memo that well, not a memo, the document that Judy's talking about. And if you go to read the top of the line, it talked about a new employees and when he's got it. Right. So you go down where it says, just to make everybody where I think we got derailed last meeting, employees hired after this date will have the following pay schedule on their January after their employment anniversary date. The January after their employment. So then they hit their employee date in January. So all raises will be done in January. Because that's what I think people got hung up on.
I was gonna say, in the document that we presented and was voted on in August, it says that it happens in January. And I think that's, then when Jay put this together, he put anniversary date in there. So
ours, when you asked, do we need a back date? Remember you said, oh, do I have to back date some of these people? That threw that off.
Well, it threw a lot off. Yeah. When I mean, that's why I didn't want to approach this, because it would have taken us an hour to dig through this. But when Bobby said there wasn't money in it, and Jerry said it doesn't start to 2025, and It's just,
So the money was in there to give it to them all in January, not to do an additional one on
Well,
the anniversary.
and that's not what this is saying. Go ahead.
So because that first sentence, we approve it as of January 1, 24, not 25. And then if we added those 3 words, basically, we've already approved, with the supplemental budget stuff, we've already gotten people into the race. So there's nothing that happens for this year.
Right.
So it would be January of 25, everyone would move up 1 step.
Right, but you don't have to say that. We've already got.
No, I know,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to,
Right, yes, you're correct. You're
Okay.
correct.
So because it's approved as of the 1st of 24,
Right. We need to say that.
but then if we add those 3 words, the next January comes along and then
Yes.
it applies. Okay, I'm good.
So is people comfortable with that? So we will add to this, it'll be on the January after their employment anniversary date. Everybody good with that? So do I have a motion to accept the longevity plan document with that change?
So can I ask one quick question on that statement? So anyone hired this year, it would be effective January 1, 2026 then?
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
So anyone hired this year wouldn't get their first step raise until, 26.
26.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. That is absolutely correct. All right, everybody? All right, can someone make that motion?
Okay, I will try. I'll make a motion that we, so we're approving
Yeah.
the longevity pay program at starting 1/1/2024. Employees hired after the date will have the pay schedule in the January after their employment anniversary.
Correct.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. All right, thank you very much. All right. Number 4, discuss village wage and benefit goals. You remember I sent out a memo. I'm open for ideas right now for how to do this.
I did think about this. I guess, I don't know, this is gonna sound probably not very good, but I think most of the reason someone stays in a job is the pay, and I think we had a large deficiency there, and I think we've made some large adjustments to that. I'm not saying that this isn't necessary, but I'm wondering if we want to wait a year or 2 and see if there's, if we're still seeing difficult to hire people, if we're still seeing people leave. Maybe we look into smart goals to, that are non-financial ways to retain staff, because that's ultimately what you're kind of asking for, right?
Well, kind of, but that's one aspect of it. But I guess at some point, how do we know when our employees are getting a fair wage? How do we know that? What we need to, we're for goals, as we're telling everybody, you gotta have something that's measurable, it's defined, objective. So, if you want, I think we could refer this to the finance committee and have them do some research and see what's out there and then bring something back. Because I don't want to try to come up, I was, I guess, hoping people would have goals that we could discuss and see how people felt about them, but that's not going to happen tonight. And I'm not going to be the only one that does that.
So I read this and I interpreted it as like a smart goal should be like Brian should host a potluck to keep staff happy, something that so that's where I was very confused.
I think it's very clear. Read what the initial start first.
Yeah.
Detail, measurable.
No. I know. Well, yeah, you could measure how many potlucks you have, Jay. But more seriously, give me an example of what you were hoping to get, because I think that's where I got lost. Maybe I'm the only one.
All right, I think we had a starting point at it. So the point, one of the points in that compensation, where it was a decent goal, that was very objective, is we want our starting wages to be 70 to 80% of the average of Verona, Wanakee, Middleton. That is a very objective goal, easy to measure, easy to find. That would be an example of where we had it, but then we lost it from there. Then it just went, you know, to me, it just went all over on it. That is an objective goal. That is an extremely objective goal that clearly meets the SMART requirement. So that would be something I would be looking. So expand that. So how do we know for department head? How do we know for employees that have been here 10 years? That's what I was looking for. So that would be an example of what we basically used this year. That was a base for our starting wages. And I thought that was very reasonable.
One example might be actually even using a mix of public and private wage surveys.
Yep.
If we start to lose some people in the private sector more.
Yeah.
And I do think that it is more than just the wage. I think, it's the benefit, the vacation, the retirement, different things all add up to a compensation package. A lot of people actually leave their manager at some point. If they're not happy, if they're not fulfilled with work, if they don't think they make a difference, there's all kinds of things. I think the whole goal is we can move the stuff together. The wage up incrementally as we move up a better place to work.
Right, Judy?
I think I've asked this before and I can't remember. So in my job, what they'll do at the end of the year, they'll say, this was your W-2, this is what you made. But if you added back like your special rate on your loan, or if you added back your cell phone, if you added back all your benefit, your vacation days and all this other stuff, this is actually what you really made at the end of the year, like a total. Do we do such a thing here? Like,
The district does that too.
yeah.
Do they?
All this company does.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something to probably to look at.
It's powerful.
It is, it's very powerful,
I
because
don't
you think you only make this, but when you look down, it's like, shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
health insurance has a curve that shows.
Right, it shows health insurance, it shows all that, what.
Paycheck stuff, every paycheck stuff, and on the bottom, how much the village paid.
No, oh yeah, but I get that,
They
but,
give you
It shows the value of your life insurance.
yeah, it's more in depth than a paycheck, yeah.
Well, do we want to send this to finance?
Yeah.
To do it?
Yeah, I think that would be, because I think that is actually really eye-opening.
All right.
I think it is.
I'll share Paula's example.
Would it also be helpful to maybe survey our staff to get more information from them? I think that would be.
Sure.
Because I feel like this is hard for me to know. I can't.
Well, that was, as you saw in the memo, it went to them and I'm hoping they'll come up with something.
Oh, but
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we're not keeping them out of the process.
Yeah,
They call it a total compensation statement.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Breaks
Very
down
similar to what.
your health insurance, has health, dental, life, long, like disability, retirement, Medicare, social, like all the
Your vacation
contributions.
days and if you get a cell
They're
phone.
retired.
Oh, interesting.
All of it shows.
Okay, well, let's, is everybody comfortable? Let's send it to finance.
Yep.
See what's, all right, can I have a motion to, send this, item to, finance?
I'll make a motion to send this, request to finance, committee.
Second.
All right, I got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. All right, now we got to add number 5, which is really number 7 of the consent agenda. That is the painting of the reservoir. Evan, thank you. The reason I pulled it, 2 reasons, just so you know. There's the bid, we sent out added bids for extra services. And it was Brian's recommendation that we don't use them. But in the second one, it has, I think, a bad date. I think it should read that for item 2 is the completion of the project in 2024. rather than 2025, or is it in 2025 rather than 2026?
Good catch. Good catch.
So is it 2024 to 2025 or 2025 to 2026?
It was bid as a option to complete the work in calendar 24 or an option for calendar 25.
Okay,
We've been doing that on some of these coding projects just because people's schedules are filling up, and if there's an opportunity for them to tell us, we'll actually provide a deduct if we get to do it in 25. Sometimes that's attractive to the community. Here it was, you're gonna pay more to wait to do it in 25, so the recommendation was to not pursue that bid item, just get the job done in 24.
okay, that's not how I'm reading this. I thought it was for 2025, it would cost us 80,000 more to do it in 2024, no?
It would cost 80,000 more to do it in 2025.
Oh, okay.
And the 80,000 is lumped together with, there was actually two bidding.
Right, I know this whole,
It would have been
with the extra sealant, this
roughly
C2.
25,000 more to wait.
Huh,
And again, sometimes there's contractors that'll provide a deduct if they've already filled up and they just can't get you in, but they want the work. Obviously that didn't pan out here.
Yeah.
So I guess sorry for that.
no, that's all right, I just,
The
that's,
work, I guess I'll start with a little history. The village hired inspection to be done on the south reservoir, which is kind of out of sight, out of mind for most of you. The village is not a typical water tower because of the topography that your cursed or blessed with, depending on what you're talking about. So there is a ground reservoir. It's a steel tank up between Gills Way and Bloody Drive on the south side of town, tucked up in the trees. Steel tank is coated with an epoxy that was last done in 2002. The inspection came back recommending a full interior blast and recoat, and then a spot repair on the exterior with a full recoat. So based on that inspection report, we solicited the bids from Lane Tank, TMI, and Classic Coatings, all very reputable coatings contractors. A couple of additive items, as we've already alluded to. Number 2 was the 2024 versus 2025 discussion. No reason to wait, in our opinion. Item 1 was to speed up the interior coating. So by having to do a coating inside of this thing, we got to take this offline. There's some nuances that Jerry and his team will have to deal with during this process, but in an effort to potentially speed that up, there was a coating opportunity where the cure time is greatly reduced. The cure time saves about a day or two. You'll notice on the bid tab that they're only figured being out of service for about 25 days, which is pretty reasonable. So for the added 55,000, we did not find that was worth saving a day or two on the downtime. So then it basically becomes an analysis of the base bid, which is that first column, and Lane Tank Company, who is actually the contractor that did the work in 2002. Jerry and the team have good reputation with those guys, very comfortable. You guys, the village has worked with them, we've worked with them, very comfortable recommending that to Lane Tank for that base bid of $224,700. And again, it's a steel tank that's exposed to everything that Wisconsin weather throws at us. The coatings are generally lasting at 1-year time frame. You guys are actually catching it at a great time on the exterior where they're not recommending full blast and recoat because the coating is held up. So there's some spots that will get blasted down to bare metal. They'll touch those up and then they'll get a full overcoat on the exterior.
Is that why it's half of what we budgeted?
Correct. Yes, so the other.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
In 2021, was it? The water needs assessment, we figured roughly about a $500,000 cost.
Yeah.
That number then got conveyed to the rate case to be paid as a maintenance item over 15 years, so the rates generate $500,000 worth of coating money over 15 years. And yeah, because of the condition that it was in, but still needs to be done. And Lane Tank's very competitive bid. All things point to fairly easy award, if I don't say so myself.
Yeah. All right, do I have a motion then?
I will make the motion to accept the bid from Lane Tank for the base bid as proposed.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. So moved. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
All right, we're gonna go into, do I have a motion to go into closed session number 1?
I'll make a motion to go into closed session or motion for item number 1.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Calvater.
Yes.
Trustee Bratton.
Yes.
Trustee Paul.
Yes.
Trustee Brooklyn.
Yes.
Trustee Brunner.
Yes.
Trustee Borcar.
Yes.
President Lincoln.
Yes. We're gonna give Brian a little bit of time to isolate Michael so he's able to participate in this.
Do you want me in here for the
Yes.
first two to like do
Well,
the in and outs?
The first, if you can, yeah, the first one here, and then get us into the second, and that would be it. Then you don't have to.
We are down to just Michael left, so we
All
should be
right.
okay.
So this one,
Pause it really quick.
oh,
I will make a motion to accept the Cross Plains Ferry Joint Fire District and Cross Plains Volunteer Firefighter Corporation Agreement.
I'll second it.
all right, I have a motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same, so moved. All right, do I have, yeah, I have a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a
number 2.
motion to go into closed session for number 2.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Roll call vote?
Trustee Calvater.
Yeah.
Trustee Bratton.
Yes.
Trustee Paul.
Yes.
Trustee Brooklyn.
Yes.
Trustee Brunner.
Yes.
Trustee Borcar.
Yes.
President Lincoln.
Yes.
Can I go fill my water?
Yeah, go ahead. All right, we're back into open session. Do I have a motion? Doug?
I will make a motion to approve the February 26, 2024 memo from the Village of Cross Plains Board of Trustees, the area EMS District Board.
All right, do I have a second?
I will second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same. So move. All right. Do I have a motion to go into closed session number 3?
I'll make a motion to go into closed session number 3.
I'll
What?
second it.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call vote?
Okay, trustee Bratton,
Yes.
trustee Paul,
Yes.
trustee Bjorklund,
Yes.
trustee Borkart,
Yes.
trustee Brunner,
Yes.
trustee Kettlebaiter,
Yes.
and President Langfeld.
Yes. So we are now. You're very good at that. We gotta call you Sergeant at Arms.
17 years later, that's the one thing I can do on this board.
All right, we're taking no action out of session 3. Future agenda items. All right, motion to adjourn.
So,
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. We adjourned at 8:43.
Make sure that gets the minutes.
Yeah, I
Make
know.
sure I don't want to get yelled at again.
I know. People are really bored. Yeah, if we.